From Storm Tracker 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Satellite and radar shows mostly cloudy conditions across mid-Michigan this afternoon, with a couple of snow flurries beginning to make their way south through the area. Temperature-wise, our current readings are in the low to mid-20s. We're at 23 degrees in Lansing, 27 right now in Jackson, and 28 degrees in Hillsdale and Coldwater. Our temperatures are actually going to cool as we go throughout the rest of the day, but we stay dry. There's a lot of cloud cover in the forecast tonight, and then our attention turns to the potential for sleet and freezing rain moving in Wednesday night into Thursday morning. The latest details on that in just a bit. 6 News at Noon starts right now.
WLNS is here for you with 6 News at Noon.
The Trump administration's 10% tariff on Chinese goods took effect at midnight, prompting swift retaliation from China. It's our top story at noon. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Megan Vaselli. China announced it will impose a 15% tariff on coal and liquefied natural gas products, as well as a 10% tariff on crude oil and other products starting Monday. Natalie Brand is here for you now with the latest.
With the Trump administration's tariffs on China now in effect, China is punching back, saying it will impose tariffs of its own on U.S. imports. The White House says President Trump plans to speak to Chinese President Xi Jinping soon.
The president made it very clear with the 10% tariff on China that he is not going to allow China to continue to source and distribute deadly fentanyl into our country.
Starting next week, China says it will impose a 15% tariff on coal and liquefied natural gas products coming from the U.S., as well as a 10% tariff on crude oil, agricultural machinery, and large engine cars.
This time they have a slightly different strategy of hitting oil markets.
Philip Luck served as the deputy chief economist at the State Department under the Biden administration.
It's going to reduce demand for U.S. goods, and it's going to have a negative effect on the economy.
The tit for tat with China comes as proposed tariffs on Mexico and Canada are on pause for at least a month while negotiations over border security continue. Canada has promised more choppers, drones, and personnel, as well as a new position for a fentanyl czar. Mexico's president has promised 10,000 National Guard troops to help block the flow of drugs and migrants. But in the border town of Laredo, Texas, business owners who rely on the flow of trade are still worried.
With an extension of just 30 days, that doesn't push anything. The only thing it does is pushes the line. It doesn't erase the uncertainty.
Many say they're stocking up on Mexican goods now in case tariffs happen down the road, causing prices to increase. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Be sure to stay with 6 News on air, online, and through our 6 News app for continuing coverage on the Trump administration's tariffs. Police in Sweden say 5 people were shot at an adult education center. The victims' conditions aren't clear yet, but Swedish news agencies report the perpetrator died by suicide. However, they didn't provide any sources, and police have not confirmed that. The head of police did say the suspected perpetrator was among the 5 people shot. The adult education center where the shooting happened is about 125 miles west of Stockholm. According to its website, the center serves students over the age of 20, offering primary and upper secondary courses, as well as Swedish classes for immigrants, vocational training, and programs for people with intellectual disabilities. Next Thursday, February 13th, marks 2 years since the deadly mass shooting at Michigan State University, which killed 3 people and hurt 5 others. MSU released new details about how it will commemorate the day, honoring the lives lost, hurt, and impacted. For most students, there will be no class, no assignments due, and no exams taking place that day. MSU plans to offer options for service, community engagement, and art. There will be supportive resources available, including comfort dogs, free luminary kits, a moment of silence, and the ringing of the Beaumont Tower bells. Dining halls, recreational sports facilities, mental and emotional health services, and CATA bus services will remain open. A Hillsdale man now will spend just more than 4 months in jail after threatening a former prosecutor on Facebook. Paul Hawkins was found guilty last month of malicious use of a telecommunications service and using a computer to commit a crime. Prosecutors say he posted threatening messages to the Hillsdale Police Department's Facebook page. This past Friday, a judge sentenced Hawkins to 133 days behind bars. Some people consider tax season a dreaded time of year, but instead of panicking, try preparing. Most Americans have until April 15th to file their 2024 tax returns, pay any taxes owed, or request an extension to file. Experts suggest getting your document ducks in a row first, like your W-2 if you're an employee or 1099 if you're an independent contractor. This includes any unemployment, dividends, Social Security, and pension paperwork. If you're itemizing, you'll need property tax notifications and mortgage statements. But remember, it's not all outgoing money, so don't forget to claim your tax credits.
The earned income tax credit, that's a biggie.
Okay.
That's the most lucrative one. The child tax credit, and then there are a number of credits for higher education. If you put together all the money that should have been claimed, that wasn't, the IRS says it totals more than $7 billion. People, look out for those credits. They are valuable. You don't have to owe money to be entitled to those credits.
If you have an online side hustle like an Etsy shop, you have to file if you made $5,000 or more in 2024. And those income amounts will steadily decrease over the next few years in order to get more people to file. Here at TV6, we're getting ready to celebrate our 75th anniversary this year, and we want your help. So if you hung out with Alley Cat, cut a rug on Swing Lively, or know someone who met Martha Dixon, please let us know. And if you have any pictures or videos from back in the day, we set up a folder for you to upload your memories, and we'd love to use them on air. To share them, just head to WLNS.com/75. And if you're willing to talk about it on TV, let us know in the comments, and we'll try to get a hold of you. We'll be kicking off the celebrations around our birthday in May.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
We have relatively quiet conditions across the area this afternoon. Mostly cloudy conditions in place across mid-Michigan, with satellite and radar also showing a couple of snow flurries continuing to make their way south through the area. We'll hold on to the chance for these flurries as we go throughout the next hour or so, but eventually we have an area of high pressure that will be moving in, helping us to dry things out. Now, the flurries that we are currently seeing across the area this afternoon going to be the most in the way of activity we are expecting for today. So again, our main focus in the forecast is going to be on this area of low pressure developing over towards the Rockies, which will eventually bring us the chance for a wintry mix of sleet and possibly freezing rain late Wednesday night into early Thursday morning. Now for today, even though we are going to be under the influence of high pressure, we're still going to have a lot of cloud cover in place. So mostly cloudy conditions in the forecast for our Tuesday, dry and cloudy overnight tonight, and it'll be a very similar situation for most of our Wednesday. That low pressure system really won't start to bring us a chance for precipitation until late Wednesday evening, right around 10 or 11 o'clock. At that point in time, we could be seeing a wintry mix of light snow, sleet, and possibly some freezing rain right along the state line. As that precipitation continues to work its way north, notice that areas north of 96 still going to be seeing mostly a mixture of light snow and sleet. The best potential for freezing rain that we have across the area Thursday morning really does look like it's going to be south of 94. This system is going to be incredibly quick moving. By the time we get into the time frame for our Thursday morning commute, we will be dry with widespread cloud cover in place, but of course, lingering ice accumulation still going to cause some impacts for our morning commute. Now, this is not going to be a significant icing event for our area. Notice on PrecisionCast, our ice totals across mid-Michigan generally going to stay between a trace amount to 1/10 of an inch. Wouldn't be surprised if we get a little bit closer to that 2/10 of an inch mark, especially south of I-94. Again, at that point, not a significant amount of ice, but it is just enough to create a light coating on some sidewalks and, of course, on the roads as well. So you're still going to want to use some extra caution Thursday morning, and as a result, we have issued a weather-aware day for then. In addition to the chance for icing, we also are going to see winds increasing as we go throughout our Thursday. Notice by Thursday afternoon, extending into the evening hours of the day, we'll have winds gusting between 25 and 35 miles per hour across the area. Good news is at that point in time, temperatures will be trending above freezing, so we are going to see a little bit of that ice melting across the area. Current temperatures outside, we're at 27 degrees in Jackson, in the low 20s in Lansing and Grand Ledge, with our our wind chill temperatures generally sitting in the mid to upper teens thanks to winds coming out of the north-northwest. High temperatures for today, well, we already reached them, so we are going to be cooling throughout the rest of our Tuesday, all the way down to an overnight low in the upper teens. Now, our 6-day forecast shows tomorrow, temperature-wise, going to be a very similar situation. We have a high of 29 degrees in the forecast. Again, most of our Wednesday going to be completely fine. Really going to hone in on the forecast early Thursday morning. By Thursday afternoon, we dry things out, winds increase, but so do our temperatures. They will be above freezing with a high of 37. Notice we do fall right back down below freezing for Friday and the weekend as another system moves in, bringing the chance for snow and maybe another wintry mix.
So it's really Thursday morning is when we'll start to have to be extra careful.
Yeah, so late Wednesday night, we'll say right around midnight to maybe 9-10 o'clock Thursday morning. Okay. That's the time frame of concern.
All right, Kendall, thanks so much for keeping an eye on that for us.